Hello everyone and welcome back. The best news of today, it's Friday. Yes! And I was the one preaching not to lend imagination to Mondays, but hey, Fridays, they have plenty of imagination. And today we're gonna talk about a buzzword, or what I think it is a buzzword. And again, this is me speaking my mind, and probably you agree or don't agree. Perhaps those of you that actually speak any other language other than English, you would probably nod a little bit onto the side of, yeah, I get that, as to when it comes to interpreting certain words and buzzwords around us. And you know already, I'm a big advocate for talking and words, and specifically selecting and choosing what we want to express instead of the buzzwords. So today, without further ado, we're going to talk about an expression in English that could be so smooth and so mellow and so enticing, but then in different contexts, when it's said out loud to you, I got told yesterday, among other things, I've got told to chill out. And the truth is, the instinct was to throw the freaking phone off to oblivion and say a lot of lovely words about origins in about 4 different languages that I can think of. So why I kept thinking, why it tripped me off? Why? Because if you think about it, if someone says, "Come on, let's chill out," it's it's Friday. Let's have a good time. Let's just relax, unwind. Let's just chill. And that, as I just put it, it is well and truly conducive of anything and everything beautiful. Anything and everything beautiful. But when you're in the middle of an argument and someone tells you to chill out, there's nothing beautiful about it. If anything, I found it so insulting and disconsiderate and rude, and it has that impact effect that gets you derailed from whatever it is that you were trying to talk about or explain yourself. And that's even worse. That, when you're finding your words to explain yourself to someone else, particularly when you're like multilingual, right? So you're really trying your damnedest to find the right flow, the right not so much tone. Nowadays, don't even get me started on nowadays. People do not talk to each other on the phone anymore. Everything is on text messaging of whatever kind, and they have such a the text, they lack the timbre of your voice. The texts lack tonality. They lack warmth. What the texts do or same like the capital letters in a text, they really just shove things in your eyes, and you're supposed to make the best of it. But anyway, we weren't talking about the text and the calls and why people stopped hearing each other's voices. What I was trying to put across is that when you get told chill out in certain contexts, please don't do it. It's so demeaning and disconsidering, and unless you've got a dim light and candles on and there's some Barry White playing in the background, please do chill out. But other than that, try to get it out of your vocabulary. Don't use it. It's you're so much better without. You're so much better getting lost for words and trying to find your words where you're trying to say something else, like let's take a step back, let's look at this again, or tell me more about what it is that you're feeling that makes you so fire blazing, as opposed to chill out, dude. And I guess it has an impact where it actually triggers certain feelings. Probably feelings is not the right word. It just triggers certain walls to come up, and instinctively you would want to stay away from the source of chilling out in that kind of context. It's hard to translate. It's hard to translate yourself into words to anyone. It's even hard in your own language, let alone in some other one. The thing is, translation or not, lost in translation or not, most of us have a pretty good grasp of most of us that are multilingual have a pretty good grasp of the nuances in the languages that we're fluent in, and we do pay attention to that, and we pay attention how we're putting ourselves across, and sometimes silence, it doesn't mean that we're lost for words. It means that perhaps some of the words that we want to use would be hurting, and we choose not to use them, or hurt for that matter. Perhaps the words that we know are not necessarily the right nuance that we want to put across. I'd like to think that no matter in that kind of context, what comes automatically in my mind would not be chill out or get over it or relax, or it's just, you know, in the history of chill out, in that kind of context, no one did. Everyone went for the jugular. So that's a good expression, going for the jugular. Not that we're going to talk about that today. So my entire point here around words and expressions and chilling out and how do we choose to put ourselves across to other people is that most of the times, instead of searching for words, or because we get told words that we instantly recognize that, you know what, maybe I'm taking this out of context. Maybe it means something else and I'm just not accustomed to it. Maybe I should shut up and just see where is this coming from, because if it is the way I think it is or the way I take it, the phone will see a wall very soon. So I guess sometimes silence, it's there for a purpose. Sometimes you tend to develop this ability of not only observing but also of paying attention, of habits, of the vocabulary, the words that someone uses with you, and perhaps they're not doing it intentionally. So you're trying to, well, I know I'm trying to figure out that, particularly around things that I find rude, that maybe it is just me and my linguistic that is interpreting it that way. Maybe in everyday context and how it is used nowadays, maybe it's not rude or demeaning or disconsidering, or maybe it was just not intended that way. I don't know. The thing is that we do, each and every one of us, we have a certain expressions that we react to because we find them condescending. We find them that they come from a place of ignorance, if you'd like, instead of something supportive, or instead of something perplex, or instead of something I don't understand you. Again, in the history of Chillout, in the middle of an argument, probably a polar bear did, but I know I don't. So let's leave that condescending Chillout away. Let's remember it's Friday and we can chill out because it is Friday night, because we can relax, because we can have some nice time in the company of loved ones, and hopefully erase the linguistic that gives us headaches sometimes, but just stick with the beauty of things. Try to avoid anything that would cause someone to shut down completely. So yeah, that's my chill out version of a Friday afternoon. I'm Gabriela, and thank you so very much for another lovely session and patience and another week. And I hope tomorrow is a Saturday. My idea of chill out, start off with pancakes. Thank you.